Hey y'all, iRick Guy here, and I just wanted to take a moment to talk about the Apple Watch. Now, probably seen it all over the news. You may have pre-ordered one, you may not have pre-ordered one. Now, I want to preface this by saying I am a huge, and I mean huge, Apple fan. And I'm primarily an Apple fan because I like to edit videos and photos, and obviously I use iPhone 6 Plus, iMac 5K with Retina, MacBook Air, Apple TV, iPad Mini. But I'm personally not going to buy the Apple Watch, at least the original version of Apple Watch. And I wanted to explain why. For starters, it's one of those situations to where, yeah, it adds cool convenience, but is that a convenience that I really need? I mean, do I really need to see a text message on my wrist? Do I really need to be able to look at pictures on my wrist or whatever? I mean, there's some functionality there that's convenient, but is it really necessary? And if you look at the various models of Apple Watch, the least expensive one being the Sport model. If you look at the specs, and you got to look closely, because the specs for it, even though the price point is lower, you're not getting a stainless steel body, and you're not getting a sapphire crystal face. Now, the way they spun it with the material of the face, they did a good job. They used all of this lingo and how it's extra strengthened, blah, blah, blah. You can check Apple's website to see all that. But the reality is it's not sapphire crystal on the least expensive model. So I'm not saying that the material's not hard, but what I am saying from experience with sapphire crystal, and obviously I've got a lot of experience with watches, everything from Rolex to Breitling to J.J. LeCoultre and Omega, and all of those have sapphire crystal. And I mean, I can bang this one right here, being a Submariner, I can bang it into poles. I can swim with it. I can take it in the ocean, take it in the shower, the hot tub, wherever, and it's never going to scratch. The sapphire crystal is never going to scratch, and it's not going to leak. I mean, this thing is water resistant to 1,000 feet, which if I'm swimming down to 1,000 feet, I've got problems. But see, that's the other thing with the Apple Watch. You don't get the it says it's water resistant, but if you read the fine print, you'll find that it's water resistant, like if you're working out with it, which is one of the intended purposes of using Apple Watch, that it's resistant against sweat and whatnot, but obviously you would not want to submerge the Apple Watch like you would a dive watch. I mean, you can go down to these and scuba dive or whatever, but with an Apple Watch, you can get sweaty in it, but that's about the extent of it. The other thing is, if you're buying a watch, you probably don't want to get something that's digital. You probably want to get something that's automatic. So from that perspective, you're buying something that's not really. If you're buying a watch, you're buying a watch for the horological significance of the piece. Submariner's got a long history, and then you've got other pieces such as the Omega Seamaster, and then you move up to J.J. LeCoultre's and those sorts of things. And I mean, there's a history there. With Apple Watch, well, there is a history, but it's really the first watch of its kind. Obviously there are other brands that have created watches that are digital, but there's just really nothing there. I mean, it's a gadget, is what it is. So I mean, if you're gonna get the aluminum one, you're running the risk of having a case that'll potentially become damaged, a crystal that's not sapphire crystal that could become potentially damaged. Then if you want to get the one that's made out of stainless steel, you're going to be spending a lot more to get the sapphire crystal in a stainless steel case. And do you really want to put that much money into a gadget? I mean, it's not it's not like a collectible timepiece. It's a gadget. And do you really want to put that kind of money into that? Now, granted, if it was waterproof and the price point was lower, I could see advantages, and everybody has their own purpose for using the Apple Watch, but I could see personal advantages if it was waterproof to where I could just wear it anywhere, swim with it. Obviously the GPS capabilities, but that brings up another point, is that you're having to use it in conjunction with an iPhone. So if you're wanting to go out for a swim, number one, you couldn't swim with it because it's water resistant, it's not waterproof. So if you wanted to, say, swim in the ocean and track your performance while swimming, it wouldn't be suitable for that. So it's the lack of waterproofness that, for me, is a big deal breaker. That and the price point. I mean, I would like to see, if I was going to get a gadget like that, I would like to see something significantly lower. I mean, maybe, if it was waterproof and if it was available for, say, between $100 and $200 US, I could see it being more of a gadget that I would be willing to pick up and use. But since it's not waterproof, and since the price is high, especially if you're going to go with one that's stainless steel or sapphire crystal, I don't get it. And these are just my opinions. I mean, you may love the Apple Watch, and I'm not bashing it. I mean, I love Apple. I love their computers. That's how I do all my videos here on youtube.com/iRixGuy. I'm editing on an iMac with Retina 5K. I'm editing in the field on a MacBook Air. Just a great platform, the Final Cut Pro, which is also made by Apple. And I, use an iPhone 6 Plus for my calls and my mobile. But I just don't get the Apple Watch. And I mean, maybe I'm a weirdo by saying this, because when it comes to Apple stuff, I'm not the fanboy from the perspective that I'm standing in line and waiting for the launch of whatever device. But I just don't get the Apple Watch. And I don't mean this in a bad way. I'm just posting this video because I want you to tell me what you think. Did you get an Apple Watch? If you got an Apple Watch, which configuration did you go with and why? So tell me what you think. Share this video with others. Be sure to subscribe, youtube.com/iRixGuy, and share this video and any of my videos with others. Thanks for watching, and y'all have a good day.